talk about the CBA. We're going to be talking a lot about this over the next, it's already started, which is always frustrating for us as executives that it's written about a year in advance. But
Well, it's the executives driving the conversation here.
by the way, can you imagine if Bud Selig, side note, Coca, sorry, if Bud Selig were commissioner and he had owners, we were told we would forget letters. He would call us and say, "You may not, if you open your mouth, you're finished." And he'd swear while drinking Diet Cokes. But the number of owners who are talking publicly right now, I had not seen that before in my career.
It's funny you mention that because I mentioned to one of my colleagues at The Athletic that the drum beats for the next stoppage started earlier this time than they have in my memory. And I've been doing this since 87 when there was a work stoppage every 3 or 4 years. I don't know why it's like this, but it seems like the owner's thirst for a salary cap has never been greater. And maybe I'm a victim of recency bias here because that thirst has always been there. But it seems like now there is a percentage of owners that are willing to shut down the sport to get what they want. To me, it's ill-conceived in the mildest possible term I could use, ill-conceived. I could use a lot of other terms. $12 billion industry, why would you want to shut it down? You're not the NFL. You're not coming back so quickly in the eyes of the public. But all that said, to answer your question, yes, it has started earlier. I am concerned about where this is going because again, there is a segment of owners who want this badly and want it maybe badly enough to shut down the sport.
All you need is eight. I remind the audience, all you need is a block of eight. And are you willing to say, because I've been out in front of this, I'm guaranteeing a lockout at the end of 26. Whether or not there's missed games, I'm going to hold off on that. But are you as certain as I am about that?
Oh, pretty much, yes. And I'm certain about it because the commissioner has already said in an article by Evan Drellick that a lockout can be a very useful thing.
He did
If
that
that's
for the
your
last
belief,
CBA.
if that's your belief, we're having a lockout.
The question is, will there be enough owners to allow for missed games? And what we had when I was around, we wanted obviously a way to help the economic disparity and the payroll disparity, but we never had eight. And so it was never a real discussion that concerned Commissioner Seelig or Rob, for that matter, when he was running labor, because we could never put the group together. And you could come up with eight teams pretty easily right now. And so what will be interesting to me is if it happens, but we're going to find out.
We are going to find out. And one dynamic here that maybe is worth mentioning is if you have a salary cap, you're also going to have a salary floor. And there might be some lower revenue teams, small market teams that don't want a salary floor. That adds to the complexity of this for Manfred in trying to build a proper block of votes to get this thing done, if that is what he wants.
We were always fine with the floor as long as it was funded.
Of course.